Let's clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be your timeless tarot today. Let's get started. As a friendly reminder, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. We do have cross watchers, so roles can be reversed, but you will know if this is your story and which side you are on. So all of my readings are timeless, so know that you found it at the perfect time. Feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you will find all of the readings from your tarot todays, monthlies, and yearly readings. All of September monthly readings are out, so feel free to check that out. If you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. All right, so what do we have here? Oh my goodness. My goodness. Well, for starters, I'm picking up on strong earth and air placements. Oh, possibly water, but regardless of the signs, because I read energies here, but somebody here, it feels like an option, or they're like heartbroken. They just kind of feel like things are not going their way, but it's because they are approaching their whatever they want in too logical of a space. They're not going into it with an emotional sense. Okay, so what's the opening message? Yeah. Strong Aquarius energy coming through right away. So they may have, you or them may be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stellium, what have you. But as mentioned, I read energies here. But I am getting here, somebody is in the public eye and they are, I'm getting burnt out. Okay, so this may be somebody who has a strong social presence or would like to be in that energy of trying to be in the spotlight or trying to connect in the community sphere. But the thing is, as mentioned, I am getting the word burnt out. And so perhaps, you know, they've been trying to focus on their dreams, their passions, wanting to expand their circle or expand their social status in a sense, but they just kind of feel like it's a dead end, or that it's being more difficult than they thought it would be. And so somebody here is really taking time off or time out, trying to connect with their higher self, their spirituality, and trying to see like why they feel this way. They're trying to see, you know, is there something going on in their life that they need to address first for this transition to happen in a sense. And I see here that money might be a big reason why. Perhaps, you know, somebody here wants to make a living off of you know, social media or like different platforms online, but money is not coming in, it's not trickling in as much as this person would like. And so there is this essence of somebody here wondering, are they on the right path? And should they stay? Okay, somebody here is considering perhaps just leaving, you know, giving up on this pursuit, because they feel like perhaps image, there's something about image. Okay, somebody here might not feel confident, or they are comparing themselves to other people who may be more attractive or may have a bigger following. And so that's one of the reasons why they're just kind of stuck. There's this comparing energy, competitive energy. And so if they feel like they're not going to win or they don't have a chance, then they're thinking about really moving away or moving past it. But what do you think, God? What do you think about all of this? And Okay, remember this card came up again. So God is really recommending. So I'm getting two types of people, okay, just to generalize. But one energy, the one type of energy that I'm picking up is they're doing it for clout. They're doing it for money, or like they're doing it because they're chasing fame and status. You know, they're doing it for kind of like the wrong reasons, or like they were hyped into doing this. Whereas we have another side, another group where they're doing this because this is their passion. They really want to share their knowledge, what they have learned, and they really want, and even their heartbreak, their trauma, okay? They really want to do that. Hello, George. Welcome, welcome. So somebody here, so it really depends on the motivation. If somebody here is just doing it for clout chasing and all of that, and trying to have a social media account, and like they're chasing this dream of being like an overnight success and going viral and all of that, you know, all of those are great things, but it's like, what's your reason for doing it? Okay, what's your reason? Why do you do it? Okay, all right. So I see here, the recommendation here is do what you love. Do what you love, you know, even if nobody is paying you, no, there's no money involved, would you still do it? Because this is your passion, this is what you love to do. And so God is really trying to emphasize, do what you love, and then success will follow. Because, you know, people will notice and you won't burn out as much. It's not to say that doing what you love doesn't take effort, doesn't take hard work and hours. It's not to say that, but at least you already have that drive and passion. And so you're already ahead. You're already ahead, okay? Hello, Ashish, welcome. Okay, so anything else you want to add to this before we move on? There is definitely this level of like insecurity, and I'm also getting, perhaps while they're doing this, somebody here is crushing. I'm getting a crush energy. So this may be like a workplace crush, or somebody here while they're working, somebody's attention was caught, like, in a sense, okay? And so I'm just really getting this like mixed energy, right? Okay, so some of you guys, for those of you who are interested in one-on-one sessions because you have personal questions, because remember, these are general collective readings, even though they may feel personal. But so I'm okay, how should I say this? So for those of you who are in here hoping that I kind of cover your question and all of that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't want this to be just a drive-by. You're just like asking all your questions, copy, paste, and then move on to the next person. No, okay? Be present, listen, okay? And make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if God feels like you need to hear the message, okay? If God feels like you are meant to hear something here, you will. You will, okay? So trust that you found this at the perfect time. Hello, Michael. So, and also feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel. I have already uploaded your monthly readings, okay? So there may be additional information, and feel free to check out the other Tarot Todays as well, okay? All right. Hello, Alex. Yes, I do actually. Yes, I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the spinny spin. Okay, so we're just gonna wrap up this reading with a final message of, is there any other area of your life that wants to be touched up on? Okay, so Let's do it. 1 and a 2 and a past. Okay, so somebody here is very interested about what happened in the past. Perhaps they need closure or clarity, insights, etc. Okay, so I know some of you guys have personal questions, and as you guys, some of you guys know, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. But I love to, you know, really open this space, this time that we have together for the spiritual messages to come through. Okay, feel free to check out the description of this video, okay, where you will find other links to connect with me outside of this platform. And Alex, I know you're asking, but I just answered, so make sure you're listening, okay? Okay. So past energies. What's the past energies that's wanting to come through? Thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate it, all the hearts. Don't think I don't notice and I don't see it. I know who's participating. Okay. So Alex, thank you so much for being a great example by asking your questions. So Alex has been asking, you know, can you play an instrument? I said yes. And I was like, what do you play? Wrote that 3 times. And during that, before they wrote for the 3rd time, I said, I'd love to open this space, even though I know that there is a lot of personal questions that is wanting to be asked, that I would love to keep the space for God's message. And so, you know, I would like to continue to focus on that. Okay. So in a sense, I did answer. Not your specific questions, but I did answer, okay? My answer was I want to focus on the spiritual message for those who needs that direct, like, hey you, okay? It's okay. All right, so this is the first card that came up. So I'm picking up, when it comes to this past energy, okay, somebody here, they're falling in love. Oh my gosh. But it's with somebody that is perhaps at a distance, okay? That I'm just getting this very like separate, far away. What are they doing? I want to know more about them, like that kind of energy. But they do feel like it's a dead-end situation, okay? And so somebody here is just like, well, you know what? Maybe they should just move on. Maybe this is just a fantasy. It's not real. Perhaps it's just a dream. This is just a come and go. I'm getting a very come and go energy, okay? So it's just like, so what that tells me is there's somebody here that has a tendency to have crushes and like, but I can see why they're interested, because this energy, and you'll know which side you are on, but I see here, I can see why there is a tendency for this person to have crushes, okay? Hello, Twism. Welcome back. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, yeah, there is a reason why this person has a tendency to attract a lot of crushes, because perhaps they're very confident, attractive, and they may not be, you know, like a attractiveness that is common. It could be very unique, but either way, their confidence, the way they present themselves, the way that they communicate and go for what they want, and it also is very clear and focused, that adds to the attraction, okay? Hello, Sadir, welcome. And so somebody here is crushing. They're just like, oh my gosh, this person, like, they've stumbled on somebody, yeah, a lot of like love energy and emotions, and it's giving off very new or fresh, or like it just feels pure in a sense, okay? So somebody here is crushing. They're just like, oh, maybe, you know, there might be longevity within this connection. What if this happens? What if that happens? Could that lead to a future between these two connections? Okay, somebody here is just like, they want commitment. Okay, somebody here actually wants to commit to this energy. But I do sense here in the past, there was a lot of uncertainties, a lot of like stop and go, start and stop, like where they feel like, oh, maybe this is just a wasted effort, maybe it's not worth their time. Not because the other person is not worth their time, but they just kind of feel like when you maybe the distance is going to be a factor, and somebody here is unsure. Okay, but so what about this? Why is this energy coming up? Okay, so I'm getting here somebody is going to stop their illusions in a sense, or uncertainties. They're just like, if there is this feeling of, oh, it's a dead end situation, it's not gonna go anywhere, there's so much uncertainties, somebody here wants to stop that, and instead they want to go forward and communicate because they feel like this is a sure thing. Like somebody here is giving off this very like valuable, grounded, consistent, and just overall very like down to earth kind of energy. And so it's like somebody here realized that they know what they want with this person. And there is this level of stagnancy. So they want to not do that anymore. They want to like close the gap. They want to come together, like no stagnancy. I do get here though, there is this either a third party or this energy that is very attractive. Like they don't tolerate funny business. Okay, if somebody here is coming in with immaturity, in and out energy, you know, just being present one moment, gone the next, like if they don't get what they want, they leave, or after they get what they want, they leave. Like no, like somebody here is very mindful and strict about not letting just anybody into their energy, especially if they are immature or if they are, I'm getting also minor. Okay, so if somebody here is like, you know, a minor here, and but they're having a crush on somebody, it's just like God wants to say, okay, let's be real. Okay, let's be real. All right. And so I'm definitely getting this, you know, admiring from afar. Obviously, that minor part is not going to resonate with everybody, but I am just getting like there's a lot of admiration energy, and it's definitely more than one person. I'm getting like a lot of people who are interested in this energy and is willing to see if they have a shot, see if they have a chance. But obviously, if it's a dead-end situation due to certain factors, whether that is age, distance, not being mature enough. Okay, anything else? But it's not to say like it's saying don't give up on love, period. It's just like find something that is a little bit more realistic. Okay, like if somebody here is crushing on somebody that is like on the other side of the globe, okay, let's be realistic. Okay, perhaps give the person that's in the same city a chance, you know, or somebody that is more aligned with who you are or who they are, you know. Make sure it makes sense. Okay, make sure it makes sense, and be focused. Okay, anything else? And for those of you, that card came out again. Okay, so that too. So, but for those of you who are actually, you know, available, ready for a commitment, somebody here is actually available, mature, of age, you know, ready for love, even though they may have heartbreaks in the past, even if they have been betrayed in the past. If somebody here is truly in love, is truly trying to give love a chance and go after what they want, and they have the means to do so. So for an example, if this is a long distance thing, but if somebody here really wants to give this connection a chance because there's a lot of love there and they are in a capable space, you know, mind, body, soul, financially, you know, time, all of that, if they are truly ready to invite a strong long-term commitment, then go for it. But if they aren't all of those things, then they're not ready. So I'm specifically talking to somebody here who is ready for true love. And if they happen to be somebody that lives far away, as long as there is this motivation and follow through, you can have all the motivation you want, but if there's no action, no follow through, it's not going to happen. So again, there's this sense of being realistic, okay? But if you are in that place where you are motivated, driven, focused, have the financial means and the time to close this gap, to see if there's a chance, and take a chance on love, even if this energy may have been hurt and betrayed and heartbroken in the past, if they truly want this energy and commitment, it is possible. It is so possible. God. Feel free to check out the last timeless tarot today, because I'm seeing somewhat of a similar energy here where it's just like success is possible. It is possible, but it is going to require effort, work, dedication, and kind of stepping out of one's ego mindset and seeing things in almost a spiritual aspect of, you know, really consider, like, think of it in a, you know, out of your own shoes energy. So for an example, okay, there's somebody here that is feeling all of these emotions, but they have a tendency to overthink things or doubt things. God is recommending, take yourself out of your own shoes and see it from an outside perspective. Is it fair that it's not to say all of these feelings are not valid? This energy has gone through a lot for them to feel this way, but it's like, why hold on to it? It is no coincidence that these two energies somehow cross paths together, okay? They cross paths, and there is this moment, this opportunity. And some people, they'll just let it slip, let it roll by, just like the clouds. Just rolling on by, okay? And some people, they'll seize the day, go after what they want, and at least give it a try and see if there is a possibility for something long term, because their soul is like, they're the one. Okay, so somebody here really needs to try to tap into their spiritual side, their higher self, with God in a sense, and ask, is what they're feeling real? And if it is real, okay, then we gotta do something about it. We gotta do something about it. And make sure when we do this, that is healthy, that is respectful, with integrity, okay? Because why start anything if it's not gonna be on solid, grounded foundation? Somebody here is just going to lie, trying to play games, and trying to get this person through devious means. It's not gonna work, because this energy already messed up before it even started. Okay, so use the opportunity and the time to give this a chance, give love a chance, okay? But make sure it's realistic. Okay, is there anything else you want to say regarding this? I am picking up on somebody here that has a tendency to, like, other people may view this person as somebody who's confident and strong and actually does go after what they want, but they have been fooling themselves. Okay, there is this feeling of like they even though it may not be true, or deep inside it may be true, but they don't practice it, they don't do what they preach in a sense. If they try to, you know, really let other people know that, oh, this is, you know, oh, I'm actually really strong and confident and all of that, and that's what other people believe, but that's not actually what they're doing, then somebody here really, I see that this energy is stressed out because they know that they can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. So God is really trying to say, okay, what is the motivation here? I see here like they need a little bit of a push, a motivation, okay? And so if the motivation is love, okay, if somebody here is really trying to to love and be loved in return, then this is something that they really need to focus on instead of being so anxious and anxiety ridden with stress of thinking like, oh, they're a fraud, you know. Somebody here feels like a fraud, that they act all confident and as if that they go for what they want, but when it's time to actually be confident and go after what they want, they don't. They chicken out. Okay, so God is really trying to say, hey, take action. Strong fire energy coming through, strong Leo energy coming through. So you may be dealing with somebody that has those placements strongly in their birth chart. But regardless of the signs, okay, I am definitely picking up on this energy. Something fell. Okay, let me get this. I got it. Okay, so you know, God is dropping facts. God is dropping facts. You know, I'm getting the messages and relaying it to you guys, and it's like, okay, now you know what's happening. Now this energy knows why they're stuck in a sense, but they, at the same time, they feel motivated and encouraged. And so it's up to us now. This is where free will comes into play, because we can lead a horse to water, but we can't force them to drink it. We can't, if the person is not ready, it needs to come from within. Okay? Anything else, God? I am picking up on some sort of love energy, okay? And perhaps it didn't get off the ground because somebody here was focusing on their finances, but God is trying to say, hey, priorities, because it's just like, you know, life is always going to happen. Life, you know, we go to work, or we make money, we do this, we show up. But when it comes to like love, going after what we want, all of that, that is something that needs to really be like something, it's achieved and gone after because it's something that we want. It's not a need, it's a want in a sense, right? Like, we need to work to pay the bills because we live on an earthly plane, right? We gotta pay the bills, put food on the table, clothes on our backs, all of that. So we need to do it. We're in a sense forced to do it, right? But when it comes to love, some people chooses love, some people don't. Some people, you know, has a backseat approach to love, and some people have a front rows, front and center, driver's seat approach to love. So which one would you take? Okay. Hello, gaming. Welcome. Okay, so anything else you want to say? So for those of you who are not quite ready, especially if because due to finances, okay, oh, that's cool. So whether there's the stagnancy due to like fear or whatever needs to be like lack mindset, whatever needs to be healed first, make sure that is a priority, okay? If somebody here really wants to invite more love and companionship, partnership, relations, like a strong relationship into their life, then they have to be ready for it. Okay, they can't just be, you know, stressing out. Oh my gosh, what if they don't want me? What if you put the effort and they don't want me? Okay, then they're not the one for you. It's that simple. Okay, the person that wants to be with you, sees your value and all of that, it is going to come forward. It's almost like they're going to like come out of their hermit mode, come out of their cave to give love a chance because they too see value. Okay, so strong earth energy coming through, specifically Virgo. So this you or them may have strong placements of that in your birth chart, but regardless of the signs, okay, somebody here, if you are resonating here, if you're listening in, it is no coincidence that you found this message. Okay, it's supposed to give you a little bit of realignment. Okay, realignment. Somebody here has been stressed, somebody here is confused, needs clarity. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so that is what I have for you. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this video with whoever needs to hear it, because I feel like somebody here really needs to hear this message. And it's not just about self-improvement. It's not. When other people are improving with you, how amazing is that? Because you don't want to connect with somebody or build something if both parties are still healing, it's not ready, okay? We need to be able to kind of stand on our own 2 feet in a sense, or stand our ground. It doesn't have to be physical, but in an energetic sense, okay? Okay, so that's what I have for you. Okay, you can do it. You can do it, all right? So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great one and see you later. Bye.